Okay, guys, hey, Wim here from Kekdot, and we just had a live stream about Unreal Engine 5 because they have just released it, and we checked out the Unreal Engine 5 features and what the difference is. And the most important thing for me was to see how is Unreal Engine 5 compatible with UE4 projects, because we are working so hard on all of our games in Unreal Engine 4, so I was super curious to see, can I just simply convert my project to UE5 and then is there going to be a whole big change in the workflow? And the answer is no. So for me, the conclusion is, as an indie developer, that basically the Unreal Engine 5 editor had a huge visual update, a really good visual update that I think will invite a lot new users to Unreal Engine 5 because it's a lot less intimidating and distracting. And that's beautiful. Well done to Unreal Engine. And yeah, I mean, if you look at their website, the key features are that they now have this Lumen technology and this Nanite technology. And for the Nanite technology is really one of their key features. They also have a new sound system, so you can completely change all of your sounds and sample sounds inside of Unreal Editor. And I saw that there was a big change when it comes to the sequencer and animating in engine. So there's a lot of more data stuff when it comes to editing so that you can make very smooth interactable animations that use real-time data to change. For instance, if you're jumping over a wall, it will change directly where you need to start the jump and end the jump. And it's all these data-driven animation stuff that is really interesting. But like I said, that's pretty complex stuff. And for me as an indie developer, I'm just interested in what is this changing for me, you know? And I was expecting to see some changes to blueprints, haven't seen them so far. So like I said, only the editor look has changed, but not so much the functionality basically. There is out-of-the-box Chaos, which is also in 4.26, but was in preview for a long time. So Chaos is where you can now destruct meshes on the go. So if you have any type of mesh, whether you made your own taxi or your own building, you can basically just fracture it and destroy it. So that's cool. But yeah, there is no changes that I see directly right now when it comes to multiplayer, for instance. So the multiplayer still looks the same. I can still make use of the Steam Online subsystem. Looks like I still have to build dedicated servers using the source version of Unreal Engine instead of the binary version of Unreal Engine. Would have wanted to see a little change there, to be honest, to be able to build dedicated servers inside of the binary as well. But I guess that's more complex than we think it is. And yeah, overall, they did mention that the blueprint system has improved and that they've added some features. I've not directly seen what those features are. I'm not sure where to find what those features are. You could, of course, download the Git source version like of Unreal Engine and then look at the changes between UE4 and UE5 and find out yourself, which can be time consuming. So I'm pretty sure Unreal Engine is going to be explaining a lot more what the actual changes are. But as indie developers, I would say incredible, very good editor look update, and I really like it and I really enjoy it so far. And besides that, yeah, it's all the same, guys. So you can just go ahead and there's not going to be a big workflow change, which I'm very happy about. There's not a new language introduction, which a lot of people have mentioned, like, will we have Kekdot script in our Engine 5, a version of that? But no, we don't, which I'm happy about. I think C++ is a very cool language, and you don't have to expand upon that with a custom engine language. I think that would actually be not so nice, because then you will have a lot of learning for learning this new custom engine language. So yeah, we're still just using blueprints, and that's all great. So to conclude, everything looks cool. Great update so far. And let's get started with this Lumen technology and all that Nanite technology. Me as an indie developer, I mean, the Quixel bridge that they have now integrated into Unreal 5, so you can use all of these Quixel materials and mega scans, is very, very cool. But of course, not all hardware is going to be compatible with that yet. So we are just aiming to make cool Steam games that can have very cool gameplay stuff in there. Most of our games are stylized as well, so we're not that interested in all this super high Nanite technology, millions of polygon stuff. But it's cool that it's there, and it's cool that we are upgrading the overall industry. But what I would like to see, maybe in Unreal Engine 6, is not so much a visual upgrade, but more of a gameplay update. So make multiplayer simpler, for instance. That's what would be very cool to see. But, that's why I'm doing this Ultimate Uncomplicated Unreal Engine Guide video series, where I will be making everything that seems complex, like multiplayer in Unreal Engine, uncomplex, so that anybody can use it. So, yeah. Yeah, so what I noticed, so I just want to talk quickly about what I noticed when I downloaded Unreal Engine and tried it out. So the first thing we did is that I converted my coin battle project, UE4 project, to UE5 to see if it would just work straight out of the box, which it did. I could build and package everything fine, and it just worked straight away. No differences. And what we did mention instantly is that overall the editor feels a lot snappier. So it feels like it works better, it performs better somehow. Everything is easier to find. The content browser is easy to drag around, and you can hide it, so you have more screen space basically, which is great. And besides that, what I noticed is that the Lumen system really has some great effect on our map. So normally we would have to build our map, and then we had these containers, and inside of the containers we would have to put some lights basically and bake these lights into the map so that you can even have light inside of the containers. With this new Lumen system, there's automatic reflection, realistic reflection like real life. So a container that would just be open, that would normally be very dark, automatically has a reflection of light in there, which makes it overall, the entire map overall, looks way more realistic and looks way better. Like the lighting is just better, and the lighting is in runtime. You don't even have to build the lighting. So if you make changes to all the lighting stuff, it all changes in runtime instead of having to build it and wait. On top of that, I saw that when I was painting my landscape, usually I had all of these shaders compiling all the time. So when I painted a new piece of landscape, or a piece of landscape that I already painted a different color, it would just turn gray and have this development material, and then it would have to compile and it would go from there. With Unreal Engine Editor 5, I'm noticing that once a material is loaded in, so I've painted a little piece of the material on the landscape, then from there I can basically just go ahead and paint the landscape without having any of the compiling stuff. So it seems a lot cleaner and a lot quicker. Yeah, for the people that are asking, can I use Unreal Engine 5 right now? I mean, Unreal itself has disclaimed that this is just a preview, so you can use it to preview and to plan ahead of how you can make use of this new technology. Unreal Engine 5 will be released in early 2022. So next year, basically, it's going to be released. So I would not use it yet to build production games, so games that you're actually going to be releasing, and that's also what they disclaim themselves. So stick to Unreal 4 for now, but yeah, look into the technology, and if that's something that your team can use, that's what I would advise.
Okay guys, so as an extra addition to this video, I found out that in Unreal Engine 5, if you go over to the edit and then go over to the editor preferences, you can actually have a theme. So currently it's on the dark theme, but I see this little plus button here. Duplicate this theme and edit it. Edit this theme. So I can just duplicate this theme, give it a name. So for instance, you can make yourself a white theme, and then you can change all the background colors and all the hover colors, etc. So you can make a complete theme for yourself, is what it looks like. So if we save this one, and it saves it in the engine, content, slate, and themes. That's where it saves it as a JSON file. So we can just save the white theme. So this color, the viewpoint selection color, if you select something in the viewport, instead of it being orange like the standard Unreal color, you can now change it any color that you would like. So you can make it cool light blue, for instance, so that when you select an item like this one, it will be light blue. But you can also just change the entire editor look. So what you can do is that you can click on edit this theme, and the black, for instance, you can simply change it to white. So just hit OK. The background, you can change it to white. Look, now we already have some white in here. The tiles, we can change that to white. The window border, change it to like light gray. The fold out, change it to like light gray. The input, change it to like white gray, etc. So you can completely make your own theme for Unreal Engine. Look, we can change this. We can change the panel colors to white. So that's a really cool feature. And now my font is not that readable anymore. So you do have to, of course, make this in such a way that you can still read your font and everything. But everything is accessible from within the editor. So I just canceled it out. Gonna put it back to the white theme. And yeah, that's just a really cool setting. So to get there, you go up here to edit and you go to editor preferences, and then over here you can change your themes. So that's some cool stuff that they added.
So yeah, that's all that I've concluded so far from Unreal Engine 5. If you guys want to see custom videos or me exploring some features of Unreal Engine 5, then leave it down in the comments and I'll be sure to check them out. Okay, bye guys.